All right, a town hall meeting literally turns to chaos. This is just some of what went down last night when Congressman Daniel Webster hosted a town hall event. So what happened, and how is the congressman reacting to all of this morning? Joining us live now in the studio this morning is none other than Congressman Daniel Webster. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in today.
Good to be on.
Have you had a chance to kind of decompress and digest all of this yet?
Well, yes, I thought a little bit about it, and certainly, like I've said before, there's no problem with clash of ideas. I think that's a good thing. That's probably what was wrong with Congress over the last several years, is because they did not have a clash of ideas. They did not let other people be heard, and because of that, they made some pretty bad policy that we're trying to undo. Obviously,
we want to see, that people come together and they talk, and this is a good thing. We want people to be active in government, but at the same time, a little civility would be nice. And we know now that MoveOn.org may have had some representatives in the audience yesterday. Do you feel like they were there simply just to stir the pot or to express ideas?
Well, I think they were there as an organized effort, for sure. We saw it in South Florida. There was another congressman, including Paul Ryan, who wrote the budget in his town hall meetings, the same thing. It's all people who had a win in their district by Barack Obama in 2008. They targeted those districts like this one.
Let's talk about some of the issues that were brought up, because there was some shouting about Social Security. There was some shouting about Medicare. What are your thoughts on those two things? Because obviously those are big issues for a lot of Americans.
Right. Well, first of all, Social Security, we're doing nothing. That is not a part of the Ryan budget. It has nothing to do with the Ryan budget. It's staying just the way it is. As far as Medicare does not change for anyone who is on Medicare right now or would be on in the next 10 years. So that would be anyone 55 years old and older. That would not only would it not change for 10 years, it would not change ever for them. Those under 54, we've made some proposals, none of which are in concrete that we're talking about. They would not take effect again until 10 years from now.
But obviously, when we talk about reality, we know that changes have to be made to these programs. We've heard Marco Rubio talk about it. We know that you've talked about it, that unfortunately down the line we're going to have to make changes because we just cannot make it work unless we do.
Yes, and I think that everyone believes there is a borrowing problem. We're borrowing $4.5 billion a day. We cannot afford it. We cannot sustain it. The country is going to go broke. We're headed in that direction. The solution by those who were there that were the hecklers was to raise taxes. My solution is to cut spending. That's the difference.
Let's talk a little bit about your opinions and your thoughts on Washington over the last 6 months or so that you've been up there now. Do you feel like we are headed in the right direction? Do you feel like progress is being made?
When we passed the continuing resolution, which completed this budget year for 2011, we cut spending. It was historical. It was more cuts than we've ever done in the history of Congress. Therefore, I think we took a step. It may have only turned the rudder a degree or two, but we have the right step. We're moving in the right direction. This new budget proposal by the majority in the House is also a step in the right direction to move towards a balanced budget to curtail the overspending.
All right, Congressman Webster, always great to see you. Thanks so much for coming in this morning, and hopefully today's